European capitals are locked in a bitter dispute over the Brexit trade deal as negotiators in London edge closer to an agreement. Deep divisions emerged as Michel Barnier was pushed within millimeters of the red lines handed to him by the bloc's leaders. Senior Brussels sources claimed the EU's Brexit chief was on the verge of making dangerous concessions in the row over future access to Britain's coastal waters and state aid rules. The EU and UK teams are said to be within days of a decision on whether a future relationship pact can be struck. Prime Minister Boris Johnson and EU Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen could be called upon to haggle over the final compromises. Irish Premier Michael Martin said, "We are now at a very critical and sensitive point of the negotiations. I want to see a deal done and I believe a deal is possible. It's clear to me that there is a landing zone for an agreement." Stéphane de Rink, a key aide to Mr. Barnier, said, "We are at the end of a marathon run. I cannot guarantee that we'll reach the finishing line with an agreement. It's certainly my feeling both sides are recommitted to finding a deal. Significant divergences remain. As of today, the outcome of the process is uncertain." One EU diplomat warned several leaders were queuing up to vote down any unacceptable compromises made by Mr. Barnier. The insider said, "Leaders always have the possibility to reject the outcome, and if the mandate is not adhered to, they have every right to do so." In a sign of growing tensions between EU states, Ireland accused hardliners of making a very dangerous threat to pursue a no-deal Brexit. Fueled by France, some leaders want Mr. Barnier to walk away from the negotiations at the end of the week unless Boris Johnson makes significant concessions to get the trade deal over the line. But Irish Foreign Minister Simon Coveney warned there is no guarantee Downing Street will return to the negotiating table in the new year. He claimed a no-deal outcome would leave Dublin in the crossfire, as Brussels and London's relationship is plunged into an acrimonious blame game over the failed trade talks. Irish PM Mr. Martin urged his EU counterparts to drop their threats and back Mr. Barnier to secure a deal. Speaking at an online event, Mr. Martin said, "We can't all be negotiators at the table, we've got to have faith and trust in the negotiating team to get a balanced deal over the line." Mr. Coveney said, "There's a good chance we can get a deal across the line in the next few days. Closing out a negotiation as complex as this one is never going to be easy." He added, "The Irish government will be doing everything we can to try to find a way with the EU and UK teams to get a deal that Ireland can live with."